Welcome back, everyone, to Rob's Daily Classics. I found this 1991 Corvette for sale in Ohio. No, Rob, just not another C4 again. Please, I'm going to cut this video off right away. Well, don't do that. Let's talk about these cars. And by the way, it's snowing out there, so there's nothing else going on today. Friend sent me a photo from Texas, and there's snow on the ground in Austin. So we're going to be looking at cars today. So let's check this 1991 Corvette out. Now, this car is in Ohio. It's dealer-owned, and we'll get into that in a little while. But, yeah, what is this C4 all about? Well, the later C4s, I think, are better than the earlier ones, but I'm sure there's people online that would say, no, I like the earlier ones better. Okay, that's cool. I just like the C4 because I think there's a lot of exotic to it for its moment in time. It's not exotic today, but I think these cars will continue to resonate some type of attractability even for younger generations. You just can't miss out that this is a Corvette. This one here is a one-owner car. It's got 52,000 miles, and he's showing it for $8,900 here on Craigslist, and he's showing it for $9,900 here on his website. So I think you have a reason to believe that you can say it's $89.99 here, and maybe you can get this car for $8,000, which I think would be probably a nice deal. So what is my opinion of the C4? Well, I'm looking for originality, condition, and price, right? I'm not posting a $50,000 car on my websites and things like that. I like talking about affordability, right? So, you know, classic car affordability, that's what Daily Classics is about. So a 791 Corvette to me was a good model year. It was a refresh model year. They refreshed some of the body work, new wheels, and they also put in, you know, the standard ZR1 taillights that were on the previous model year was now standard on these cars. So the car had a nice look to it. It has that new driver-centric type of dashboard where you sit in like this cockpit. I like this better. That came out in 1990, I believe. This is the second year for that. You know, it's very upgraded. I mean, I think it even runs well today. I think people would get in that car. The only thing I don't like about General Motors is their airbag steering wheels. I had Camaros of this generation, and they just didn't do a good job in designing steering wheels back in those days. And that kind of bugs me, but I'm going to get beyond it because I'm not spending tons of money on this car. So I don't think I would disconnect the airbag, but just not that stylish. This car looks to be an original owner car. That's what they said, one owner. Probably its original paint. Nice photos of all the information that you need to see. Older photos, of course, because there's no green in Ohio this time of year, and there's tons of snow on the ground. So he might have had this car for a very long time. I'm hoping it's not outdoors right now. Maybe it's his personal car that he takes and brings it home so it stays undercover a bit. But those are the things that you're going to have to ask about. You know, these car dealers at times find cars that you and I can't find because somebody from the neighborhood runs down and says, hey, Tony, I found this guy selling this C4 Corvette. And it's the original owner. You should check it out. And they buy them, you know, and that's how they get their cars. And it's okay for them to make money on us. But I would want to know about the paint, the condition of the car, the undercarriage, how this car has been sitting for the past couple of months. Has it been indoors? Has it been outdoors? That would kind of be a shame. But, you know, 4 or 5 months outdoors, even with snow on the car, won't kill it. But you got to resuscitate it a bit and get the detailing done on the car if this car has been left outside. But I guess I'm getting too level of detail on that conversation. But, yeah, this was the last year of the L98 before the LT1 came out. It had the 5.7-liter, 245 horsepower about. It had a 10.5 compression ratio. There's no engine bay photo of this car, by the way, so I would like to see that. But it had a 10.5 compression ratio on the car. 10%, I think, actually. And they called this car the Stoplight King because the peak torque came up at about 3,200 RPMs. And but they kind of got tired after 4,500 RPMs, which was typical of the day of the V8s at that time. But it was the peak development of this tune port injected small block. And it's not a bad engine. Of course, the LT1 is probably a little more desirable. But again, we're in this price range of $8,000. We're not... We have to accept certain things, and you're buying this car as a fun classic daily, something that you can drive on the weekends And I think this car still resonates well with younger generations, as it always being a Corvette. So yeah, you can find C4s anywhere out there for $4,500, and you can find them for much more money if you wanted to get into the the king of the road cars, the LT5s and ZR1s and things like that. But this car here, for the money, I think it's not a bad deal. So he says, Happy New Year. This car might have been sitting for a long time in Ohio, so you're going to have to check it out. He's got a legitimate website where he's got a lot of cars on there, actually. The guy's got a lot of cars. So he's in the business. He's a serious player in Ohio, and it looks to be a legit site. I like that. So it's okay. You can make money on me, but not a lot of money on me. But again, in this type of price range, I don't think you can find a better car to have more fun with. So remembering that new cars are almost $60,000, $55,000, this would be a fun car for the weekends, summer and springtime when it comes up, to take nice trips with. So there you have it. If you like this car as much as I do, and I didn't lose you by now, just go on Craigslist, type in 1991 Corvette in Ohio, and this car will come popping at you. Again, originality, condition, and price. You don't find $60,000 cars on my YouTube channel, because I always try to find things that we can all afford. Affordability is key when it comes to buying cars in the first place. But, classic cars on the affordability side, people don't look in the 1980s and the 1990s to own cars. And it's a shame, because there's a lot of fun out there. And most of these cars you can restore and rebuild and work on in your own garage with some tools and have some fun. And that's what this hobby is all about, having fun, So there you have it, 1991 Corvette. For the two people that stayed on towards the end, that like these cars as much as I do, I thank you. Enjoy your day. Stay safe in the snow. As a first responder, I don't want any calls today, so nobody drive. Thanks very much. Be safe and have more cars today. Thanks.